Welcome to Lexan TV. On this week's episode, we get to celebrate the nation's athletes. Grenada is getting set to have representatives at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, and I get to chat with two of them today. The representatives in swimming, Delron Felix and Kimberly Ince, will be sharing their preparations and their excitement as they get set to travel to Tokyo. More after this. Welcome everyone, I'm Lexan Fletcher and this is Lexan TV. Now the Lexan TV platform is home to many great series. There's a Life Champion series and of course general lifestyle.
You know, this is a career, this is not just about storytelling.
It is a true passion.
Keep doing what you love to do.
I have never chased after money.
You want to leave this world having made a contribution.
But don't forget, there's also food and cuisine, so there's the We Cooking series as well.
I like to cook the curry.
And coming soon, the Life Balance podcast. I'm really excited about that one. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to click like, share, and on our YouTube channel, subscribe today. Joining me today are the very talented, intelligent, hardworking, look at them, they're blushing, who I've known like nay-hi. My goodness, I have joining me today, closest to me obviously, Kimberly Ince and Delron Felix. Welcome to Lexan TV. I want to jump up here and just throw some high fives right now, but I can't move. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel? Tokyo bound.
It's a bit crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Especially since you were supposed to do it last year, but you know it got postponed, and now the build-up was even longer.
Yes.
So it's been crazy.
Oh my goodness. What about you, Delron?
It's amazing, I must say. You know, a bit nerve-wracking, I won't lie. And with COVID and everything, you know, we still have to be cautious. But the experience is surreal. You know, I don't think it has yet hit me that I'm going to the Olympics.
I know. I'm looking at both of you, and you're like, well, you know, we've been there, done that, but we've never done Olympics.
No,
you know,
nothing
and this
close
is a
to
big
it,
deal, and
it
I think
is.
this for every swimmer in Grenada, you know, that's always been the dream. I've interviewed so many national swimmers, and that's always the dream. One day to go to the Olympics, and here the both of you are. And the greatest thing is that you can both go there, do your absolute best, come back, and then share the experience with those after you. Because now you're opening the gates. You know that. So there's a lot of pressure, but good pressure. So in today's conversation, I want us to chat a little bit about this love that you both have for swimming, and look how far it is about to take you. Let's reflect on the first time you remember hitting the water, whether it's in a pool, whether it's by the ocean. Well, not the ocean, but you know what I mean. Kimberly, for you, how old were you when you started swimming?
I started swimming when I was 4 with my then coach, Miss Miller, and I started with my cousins. And it was just to learn how to swim. It wasn't really to compete, it was just to have the ability, and here I am now.
Oh my goodness. That first moment when you got the opportunity, or someone would have said, Kimberly, hey, you know what? You got a good form. And I mean, this is probably obviously years after, so you're getting into the junior aspect of things. Can you remember your first time competing?
I mean, I competed in local meets, like country meet, OECS trials and stuff, but I made my first regional meet in 2012, OECS in St. Lucia, I believe, actually. And I was about 7. That was my first big meet.
I know there are lots of young folks who would have the same story as you both. Listen, we're going to learn to swim, we're going to jump in the pool and da-da-da, and then everything explodes. It's bigger than life, it's bigger than you. Did you imagine that you were going to get involved in it? What really drew you in? Because you had I know there's some young people who said, yeah, we were doing it, but we didn't want to really compete. We didn't want to go down that road.
Yeah, I feel like that's everybody's take on it.
Yeah. What did you have if you had that, let's say, if you had that outlook on it, saying, well, I like swimming, but I don't want to compete, what would have changed your heart? What was the change that made you say, you know what, I'm going for it?
I feel like back then the community at the pool with our friends and stuff was really strong. So when you go to a meet, you're not going to compete, you're going to have fun. But in having fun, it's really fun to compete, especially with your friends and all your foreign friends that you make along the way. So I feel like after a couple meets, 2 years or so, I kind of really liked competing with my friends. I think that was the game changer for me.
And gaining a few medals wasn't bad at
Yeah,
all.
has its perks.
That's right. That's right. What about you, Delron? You started at what age? And not competition, but just splashing.
Well, I mean, for me, it started at 7. I only got into the sport because of my sister. She was an amazing swimmer, and she was the better one when we began. I hated the sport. I won't even lie about that. I couldn't swim for anything, and for the first 3 years, I think I really struggled. It was anything about competitions. I just couldn't compete. And around 9, 10, I'd probably say when I began to show progress. My very first OECS trials, I think, I got silver in a race, and it was like, wow, that was a big opener. And after that, I mean, it's history. I made my first crifter in 11, 12. And that really showed me what international competition is like, and I loved it since. It was the experience was surreal, and after that, I really made it an emphasis of mine to always produce my best in the water. And it's gotten me far.
Hey, listen, and speaking about produce your best, let's talk about some of your accolades, so to speak, and your personal best times. Where would that have happened? Which competition would that have happened? Kimberly's like, boy, I wonder if I can remember now.
I mean, there's so many. Cause you go to so many places. I mean, you've been to so many types of meets. Like, I've been local meets here, OECSs, cryptos, CCCANs, World Championships.
Wow.
I feel like one of my best competitions was probably in 2017, CCCAN Trinidad. Got 3 medals in CCCAN, all in backstroke, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And from then on, I kept bettering my times, going to bigger meets. Went to Toronto, a couple World Championships, and I feel like those are pretty big accomplishments. I even have some OECS records, some records here. So yeah.
Yeah. See why you're going to Tokyo, girl? Delron?
I mean, for me, it probably was my very first, my second year crifter, my first advantage year in swimming. And when I got my first medal in 50 back, it was a shocker because I was going in, I was ranked really low. I think I was like 8th or 7th going into the psych sheet. And me and coach, we were really practicing backstroke, but it wasn't the main focus. The goal was just try to make as much finals as possible. And it was a big shocker that I medaled, it got silver. And after that race, it was like, I felt amazing. I could have conquered anything. And I went on to win 2 other silvers, 100 back and 100 free. And ever since that, it really inspired me to show my best at those games.
Yeah.
And after that, I went on in 2015 and I captured gold in 50 free and 100 free. I got silver and 100 free. And that was really my crifter years, and honestly, that was the best years of my swimming.
Wow, wow, you just opened, and I mean, you're both sitting here, and I'm sitting here like one of those proud moms, proud swim moms who are just listening to everything that you've done and you've accomplished, and this has to feel really good. When they say Rome wasn't built in a day, you start from this and then you build and then you go and you go and you go. And that takes me to the next question, because clearly there must have been tons of challenging moments for both of you. I mean, let's just think about last year alone. Initially, you had to travel. Then we were faced with a pandemic, and there were lots of changes. Let's talk about some of the major challenges that both of you would have encountered, and how do you deal? You're young people, you're vibrant, you're in charge, but like every one of us, we have our low moments, we have our moments we want to give up, toss in the towel, say, I don't know if I can do this, I don't want to. How did you deal with it? And give us an idea as to, one of those challenges that may have really pulled out something bigger from you.
For me, the biggest one was just getting the realization that they're going to postpone Olympics, because at that point I was in Form 4, I was getting ready to go, and I wasn't prepared to study CXC and still try to train and all those kind of things like that. So I feel like the biggest one was having to swim through the pandemic. We had to do beach training because the pool wasn't open. We had to swim at 5 o'clock in the beach, dark pitch water, it was terrible. Then we had to juggle like gym, swimming, studying, school, SBAs, mock exams, still trying to get sleep, eating properly. So that juggling was stressful. It was extremely stressful. And I had a lot of breaking down moments. I was just like, I don't want to be doing this, because I'd rather just not swim, study my work, and try to overcome CXC instead of trying to overcome CXC and the Olympics.
Yeah.
So during that period, it was extremely difficult. But Dawn was with me, my parents were with me, my friends were with me, and I feel like because they were there, I was able to just push through and get through it. And here I am now.
Support is
Almost done.
So almost done. You know when they say, just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's not gonna last forever. Just keep going. Keep going. It's gonna pass, and you're gonna get there.
And here I am.
There you are.
Well, for me, I mean, as Kimberly said last year, with them postponing the Olympics, the early mornings, the pool getting shut down, the jellyfish in the water early in the morning.
Gosh, yes.
Terrible.
That period by far was the worst swimming period we've had. We would be leaving the pool with marks on our body. It wasn't a fun time. But in general, for me, the challenge with swimming has always been the sacrifice that comes with it. I mean, I've missed countless events, graduations, parties, funerals, everything you could think of, I've missed. And I'll be lying if I said that did not affect me in my career. And Olympics being postponed just mean I miss another year of big events. So it's hard. Swimming is a serious challenge. It's a lot of sacrifices, and it's something that if you don't have the mental fortitude, you really can't make it through the sport.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy that we're going to Olympics, and after that period, I could kind of slow down and start to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Enjoy going out. Maybe go with my friends, go out and have something to eat. Just enjoy normal stuff.
Just breathe.
Yeah, just breathe. That's
Just
all.
breathe for a little.
Just breathe.
But I admire you two very much, and I'm happy that you've shared those challenging moments. You wanting to break down many times the jellyfish incident. I mean, did anyone take photos? Just wondering. That is a lot. It is a lot. So I know you just mentioned preparations has been tough. Delron, I know you're the big guy on the block now. No more school for you, at least not for now. And you're working and everything with family and that sort of thing. But I know for you, Kimberly, would you say having to balance preparing for CXC and preparing for everything that's coming your way right now, did it help? A lot of athletes say, if I'm beating the book, so to speak, or focus on studies, if I work out or if I have some sort of activity going on, it helps create that balance. Did it do anything for you in that respect?
People always say that it's really good to be a student athlete, because when you're a student athlete, you're able to balance your time and actually, instead of, wasting time out, you're narrowing down like specific things you have to do. So for me, it was a case where I never had free time per se. So I always had to leave from swimming, go home, study, eat, sleep, wake up the next morning swimming, and repeat that for weeks on weeks.
Yeah.
So for me, the benefit of it is being able to have really good time management, because like I said, I have really good time management now. And just being able to see forward and see what a plan is so you can execute it properly, because without that plan, it's going to crumble.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have a plan, I would have crumbled. So
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the biggest things that really benefited from this whole experience.
Yeah. Preparations for Tokyo, we're gonna talk about that, and I mean real preparations in terms of not just the physical aspect, the mental aspect, the diet aspect, all those little things in between here and there. We're gonna chat about that after the break. But folks, if you've just joined us, I have on Lexan TV today Delron Felix and Kimberly Ince. They are hopefuls for the swimming discipline in Tokyo this year for the Olympics. We're going to chat some more about the exciting road ahead right after this.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Welcome back. So I'm continuing my conversation with Delron Felix, who's actually going to be representing Grenada in the Tokyo Olympics. And he is going to be participating or competing in the 100 meter freestyle. and Kimberly Ince. Kimberly's discipline is the backstroke, 100-meter women's backstroke. It's going to be good stuff coming your way. And for those of you who mightn't be, in tune with what's happening, Grenada actually has if I'm not mistaken, a 6-member team traveling to Tokyo. The likes of our great Olympian Karani James, Anderson Peters for javelin, Melanie Rodney for the 400-meter women's, and also Lyndon Victor for decathlon. I'm so excited to be seeing these names along with the disciplines. It's just incredible. Let's talk about preparations. We've heard about having to deal with jellyfish, having to deal with no light, having to deal with studying and all of that. How has it been going? I know it's day in, I know it's day out. Changes to diet, changes to fitness routines. Give us a little, take us into a day in the life of 2 national swimmers preparing for the Olympic Games.
I think with me, my schedule is not as intense as Delron's because he did more training than I did because I had school and stuff.
Right.
But we started gym in about October. We did gym about 3-4 times a week in the morning. So it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday, Friday mornings, 5 o'clock to about 6:30. And sometimes he would go to the pool right after the gym and swim, but I'd go to school. So I'd go to school, study exams, come back home, go to the pool for 3 o'clock, finish around 5-ish, go back home, study again, and repeat that for a good couple of months.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of stopped gym a month into Olympics because that month I had exams. So my stopping of gym was kind of to taper into Olympics and kind of focus on my exams at the same time. And I went from swimming for about 7 times. Well, in October it was 9 times a week for swimming.
Right.
9 sessions a week. And then as the weeks went on, I cut it down. So 6, 5, and now I'm at 4. And I juggle between 4 and 3 because I need to, still study, swim. So I'm at 4 times a week now, and I still do workout at home because I have to keep my fitness up as well as my swimming. So I do about 4 times a week gym at home and 4 times a week swimming, as well as juggling, getting a good diet in, getting a lot of protein, a lot of fruits and stuff just to keep my energy up.
Yeah.
And balance that with studying. So that's been my couple of months.
I'm exhausted. Just listening to that schedule. What about you, Delron? I know you have a bit more flexibility because you're not dealing with exams, but still.
Yeah, it was a bit more flexible than Kimberly because of CXC. But before COVID, pre-COVID, when Olympics was on plan to happen in 2020, we were doing between 7 and 9 sessions a week, swim sessions, which is ridiculous amount of sessions. And everything was going good, until COVID happened. And out of the break, because of the situation, I had to help out a lot with family because, the financial situation and everything. Everybody had to pull their own weight. So a lot of sessions got cut. We began to do gym to try to compensate for the sessions that got cut. Keeping a diet was very hard because, you would skip out on the premium stuff and you'd go more to, the canned stuff every now and then just to try to make the situation easier. But it was consistent, I must say. We really kept a good schedule. We didn't fall off too much. We had 1 or 2 weeks where we really broke down. Those were some really bad weeks where everything outside of swimming started to affect swimming. Kimberly with school, me with the long hours for work, right out of COVID. But recently it's been going good, I must say. No really major hiccups, nothing to really complain about now. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so the games opens the 23rd of this month, July. Your event, young lady, is the day after,
Yes,
the 24th. Anxieties?
Of course. Yes, of course.
Oh my goodness. And this takes me to this next question because I think your event will be the 28th, correct? Yeah. And I know Grenadians, we have to be rooting, yes, screaming at the top of our lungs. When you're on the step, I call it a step. I know there's probably a proper name for it.
The blocks.
The blocks. Gosh, I should remember that. I had all athletics games, but anyway, What goes through your mind when you're there? That is a moment that when you look at the tennis games and everything has to go quiet. You're on the block, you're waiting, you're anticipating the beginning of the rest of your life in this pool. I want to know right now, what goes through your mind when you're in that moment, Kimberly?
Well, I try to keep my head as clear as possible because if you overthink in that moment, it will determine what your race is like. So I think in that moment, I'm just trying to calm myself, let the adrenaline kick in, and just focus on the sound of the beep that makes me start. So in that moment, I'm just trying to be like, okay, it's time to go, time to do this, have my hands on the block, and I'm just waiting for that beep, and I'm gone. That's pretty much it.
Delron, you?
For me, it's a battle between not going blank and really focusing on what happens. So either it goes really well or it goes bad, completely bad. There's been periods where I'm on the blocks and I just forget what's happening because it's so much pressure before. There's so much to worry about. There's so much things you have to, from training, you have to put together to one race. You know, we do all these hours just to swim for a couple seconds. So that's the hard thing about swimming. So the thing about me with my head and my mental game is that, okay, I practice, I know my routine, just pray nothing goes wrong, goggles don't fall off, I don't miss the wall, or I don't miss the start. And you know, the rest is up to the training that's been done, and it normally goes well.
Either of you ever had a moment where you whoop and you had to, so you actually
jump in?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Please say no.
Not in big meets, never.
Not in big meets, right?
Precious too.
Woo!
In training, all the time.
All the time, yeah.
All the time in training.
Gosh.
Even today, we had a couple mishaps in training this morning,
Really?
but never at big meets.
Oh, you two are going to be just fine, let me tell you. So before we wrap up this wonderful conversation that I wish can go on forever, just some fun bits again. Do you have a favorite snack? I always ask athletes this question. It is one of the questions that I would love to hear the answer to.
I actually don't know.
I mean, you just
Anything like junk that's a bad thing, but like a donut or something.
a donut.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, this is tough. This is like, as Kimmy says, for us is a lot of junk because you know our diets are really strict. So snacking would be something we enjoy, and it would be something really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a period where we got ice cream after training because we did a good time in training and we got ice cream.
Wow. If not swimming, what other sport? I mean, do you have another sport that you absolutely love and you say, boy, if I wasn't doing this, maybe I would have been
Running, maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe. I used to run when I was in primary school, but I don't see myself being a runner now.
No.
For me, it's two. Basketball because I really do love the sport, and athletics because of family. My dad, you know, I got into athletics, and that was the first thing I did. I wasn't too good at it, though, so I ended up transitioning into the pool. But it's those two sports definitely I would have been a part of. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Wow. When you return from Tokyo, I mean this is looking way beyond, but what's next for both of you? You know, I know you want to chill and relax, but let's think about swimming. I mean, either of you would love, if you haven't already started, coaching, assisting, you know.
I mean, I feel like swimming in Grenada needs a little boost, and we need a lot more younger swimmers. So if I can come out and help and like talk and just have some conversations with the younger swimmers, and I really don't mind doing that. Yeah.
Definitely for me is assisting, you know, coming back and sharing knowledge because I've been around the world and I know the amount of work that has to go into being a great swimmer. It's not easy, and it's something that I could tell people from a young age, you know. You really have to push because looking good in Grenada is not looking good internationally, you know. There's a big step. Me and Kimberly, we both just trying to forward the process and take swimming to the next level, but it still has a tremendous amount of work. And you know, the young ones have to come up and really show out.
Well said, both of you. So before we close off, and before I say, you know, all the best, and we're going to be praying and rooting for you and also the athletic team, you want to say hello to anyone, thank you to anyone, hi to anyone? Yeah, I know I said that already.
Just thank you to my friends and my family and GSC, Auntie Perron, everybody who's really just helped me along this way. It's been long, it's been difficult, and even Delron, I just want to say thank you for helping me to get right here and being able to push through when it was not easy. So thank you.
Awesome. For me, we're wrapping up GOC, Auntie Perron, Gassa, all the members. My training partner, you know, my thick and thin partner, Kimberly, I thank her. My parents who've been supporting me through the whole process. And there's a couple of people too that have been helping my physiotherapist, Devon St. Paul, with radical therapy. He's done an amazing job keeping my body intact and making sure I get no major injuries. My chefs at the cottage, innovative chefs, you know, they've been preparing meals for me and doing stuff like that on the days I really had nothing, you know, because I was so busy. Our athletics trainer, or gym trainer, Suzanne Latouche, in New Bodies GCNA building, she's done an amazing job making sure that we get in proper shape. And then our sports psychologist, who's been doing work with us just to get us back into the swim mentality, because it's very hard to get back in. Anika Hopkin, who's overseas right now, but she's done an amazing job, you know, putting us back together mentally and piecing back everything together. So yeah, if I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. And then coach, of course, our coach, our amazing coach who's done a wonderful job. You know, she's been with me since 7. Wow. She's my very first coach, the very first person to throw me in the water. So me and her have a really strong connection. You know,
and that person is?
Coach Natalie Regis.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Coach Natalie. Coach Natalie, she's amazing, you know, and she's been with me and Kimberly through the whole process, and she's helped us through that. And also, I'd like to give a special shout out to my big sister, because without her, I would not be here.
Yeah.
You know, without her, I would not be in the water swimming. So definitely shouting her out. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, and I just want to say congratulations again. And you know, like I mentioned before, I'm going to mention it again. We're going to be praying and rooting for both of you and for the rest of the team. Just go on out there and just make us proud. Whatever it is, we will be proud. We're already proud. That's the key thing. We are already proud. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
Have fun as well. Have fun. This is fantastic indeed. Folks, don't forget, if you want to find out more about the great team that's getting ready to travel, it probably left already based on the time this interview is airing. But do check out the Grenada Olympic Committee's page. They're going to keep you updated. I'm going to keep you updated as well. I want to wish them all the best. To remind you again, it's a 6-member team led by Karani James. There's also Anderson Peters, Melanie Rodney, Lyndon Victor, and Kimberly Ince and Delron Felix. We're so excited, so excited. Thank you so much again for being here. And
thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Super high fives, man. Yeah! Go get them, go get them.
Thank you.
We're going to close things off right after this. We'll be right back. Welcome everyone, I'm Lexanne Fletcher and this is Lexanne TV. Now the Lexanne TV platform is home to many great series. There's a Life Champion series and of course General Lifestyle.
You know, this is a career. This is not just about storytelling.
It is a true passion.
Keep doing what you love to do.
I have never chased after money.
You want to leave this world having made a contribution.
But don't forget, there's also food and cuisine. So there's the We Cooking series as well.
I like to cook the curry.
And coming soon, the Life Balance podcast. I'm really excited about that one. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to click like, share, and on our YouTube channel, subscribe today. Well, that's this week's show. Certainly hope you've enjoyed it and let us rally behind our representatives at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. All the best to our team. And of course, additionally, I'd like to say special thank you to the management and staff right here at Mount Cinnamon. We're on the lawn and we love it here. Until next time, don't forget to visit our Facebook page, Instagram page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on Lexanne TV, where it's all about life. Bye-bye.